the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, and thanks for joining us once again here on Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Sunday night action. It's the RFC NextGen KNN Series Wounded Warrior Project 150 here from Texas Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, it is going to be one heck of a night for one heck of a race. I can assure you that. New tire model out on these K&N cars. So, going to be interesting to see who has what it takes over a long run to get the job done. Now, joining me in the booth is Gordon Larson Jr., sponsor of tonight's race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Gordon, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Oh man, car looking sharp out there. Wounded Warrior Project on the hood of that K&N Chevy Impala. Tell us a little bit about why you chose the sponsor and why you chose to sponsor this race at Texas.
Well, I like Texas. It's we're pretty good here on the long run if we can get a good green flag run. But I like to support my troops and what they do, and especially the ones that come home with the difficulties that they have to go through. So that's why we sponsored it.
Well, Gordon, that is a heck of a reason why. I know the rest of fans out there watching and listening can empathize with the thought for our troops home and abroad. How is the car feeling out there on track? Can you give us any insight on what maybe you and the crew chief have been discussing for tonight's race? It's a long race, 150 laps.
Yeah, you're just going to have to be patient. It's the tires. They take a few laps to try to come in on, but, basically got to be patient. That's the main thing. Let them tires work into the track just a little bit before you can really try to dig in. But I think we'll be okay if we get the long run. Short runs I don't think are really good for anybody, but we're just hoping for the long run, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for giving us a little bit of your time here before you get set to go qualifying. But before we let you go, once again, thank you for sponsoring tonight's Wounded Warrior Project 150 at Texas Motor Speedway. And would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yeah, just give a shout-out to my teammate. I got Corey Walters on the track with us. But mainly a shout-out to y'all, everything y'all do week in and week out on giving us somewhere to race. So I really appreciate y'all up in the booth.
All right, bud. Well, good luck. Elbows up.
Thank you, sir.
There you have it. That was Gordon Larson Jr., driver of that 01 machine. There you see him on screen heading off, probably to just come back around to pit lane to get that car ready to go. Qualifying here tonight. There you see it. Oh, and Gordon with some trouble there down on the apron. We'll walk away from that little incident. And another driver through the grass. Let's see if Bobby Summers in this 23 can keep that thing clean in the last 3 minutes here. Then happy hour Sitting on top of the board right now is the fast as usual 49 of Troy Radford, followed closely by the 88 of Dale Osborne. And I tell you what, while we've got a moment here, let's go ahead and show you how the point standings are shaking out here as we enter race number 4 here in the RFC NextGen K&N Series. There you see it, Chris Berg sitting on top of your point standings. See a big knot of cars right back there, 5th through about, heck, I'd go ahead and call it 11th, all within just 3 or 4 points of each other. So the middle of the point standings right now, all knotted up with each other early here in the season. These guys at the RFC NextGen K&N Series, I do believe, if my memory is serving me correctly, I do believe that they are only running straight points, old school style points, if you will. They are not doing a chase. I'll have to get some feedback on that, on whether or not I am telling you the truth. I believe I am, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and find out. Because, why? Well, because I don't know. I mean, that's why. Anyways, still on board with the 23 of Bobby Summers, 15th on the board right now in happy hour. Nobody touching Troy Radford. Lance Yancey, familiar face up there as well in 4th place. The 9 machine of Travis Smith, co-owner at 946 Designs, up there in 3rd place. His partner in crime, Justin Walters, a little bit back in the field, trying to find him on the timing and scoring. He's pretty elusive sometimes, especially out there in that new paint scheme he's got. Matte and chrome going on. You know what time it is. Justin back in the 26th position right now. So, a long way to go for him here in happy hour. And thank you once again to the great, lovely, and all-knowing Jags for helping a brother out in the booth, shooting all the stats and info in my ear when I need her to. Confirming no chase in this K&N series. So, gonna have to get what you can get old school style. And we are just now about ready to swap on over to qualifying. These drivers gonna get the final 10 seconds or so before they start heading out on track. So we will step away to a little bit further view, a little bit of scenic for you, show you all the great stuff here at Texas Motor Speedway, Fort Worth, Texas. There you see it if you want to show up to the track. It is an absolute amazing facility. Gonna give you some track facts here momentarily. We'll wait to see who we got out on track. Looks like the 88 of Kenneth Dale Osborne first to jump out on track. Lance Yancey also out on track already. So we will join the 88 of Dale Osborne as he's already coming up to speed, coming off pit road now. Cody Terry in the 22. Justin Rigsby also out on track in his 99 machine. Troy Radford in the 49, sitting at the end of pit road. Tyler Hilton, Chris Metford, all just kind of hanging out right now. There you see Osborne running the middle to high lane on his first lap. Gonna try to make his next lap the lap that counts. This is his first up to speed lap, so he is going to be hugging the high line, I believe, especially down the backstretch. There you've seen him. Through 3 and 4 this time, by a little bit lower than he was before, staying out of the wall right there. So easy to put the right sides into the wall. Gonna cross the line. Obviously in the pole position as of right now. First car to make his laps count. Eric Blount in the 6th. Slots himself in 2nd. And Lance Yancey jumps to the top of the board. We'll stick with Kenneth Osborne here as he's making his way back through, I believe, already 3 and 4, coming around for his second time lap. So this is the money lap for for him. Let's see what he gets done. Can he go back to the top of the board? No, he can't. Only good enough to slot in second. And there you see Lance Yancey coming across the line, improving his time. We'll jump back now with the 82 of Tyler Hilton as he begins his second timed lap of this qualifying run. Just a little under 8 minutes left to go here in qualifying. Looks like the 37 of Cole Day sitting at the end of pit road. Bobby Summers in that 23 machine inside the top 10 in qualifying right now. Tyler Hilton in the 82. Where's he going to shake out? We'll have to wait and see. Can he improve his position all the way up to 5th? Good jump for him. Troy Radford only slotting in 4th position. So right now, Cody Terry in that 22 machine. There you see him. I believe Cody is beginning to wind it on down, but he went out there, grabbed that pole away. Provisional pole now belongs to the 22 and his crew. Cody Terry getting the job done. 7 minutes left to go here in qualifying. The 37 of Cole Day crosses the line, getting up to speed. He'll come around. Let's see where he will shake out in his first time lap. Also, turn 3's very own Muth in the booth. Roger Muth out there in the 39 machine. He's getting up to speed. We'll take a look back with Roger here in a minute. Check in on him. Chris Berg also on track. 45 of Douglas Wasaki also out there. Cole crossing the line, 10th place with his first timed lap. Keeping an eye on the timing and scoring. Dustin German also out on track, beginning his up-to-speed laps. See if Cole hugs that white line. There you see him down, hugging it, putting that left front right on that white line, getting it to cut through the center. Keeps it off the wall, coming out of 4, crossing the line. Where's he going to improve to? All the way up to 6th. Not good enough to take the pole away from Cody Terry. But there you see now the man on screen, the 39 of Roger Muth, coming down the backstretch on his second timed lap. Gonna hit the white line. Does he get to it? He doesn't get to that white line until late center exit. Is that gonna improve his time more than Cole Day was able to? We'll take a look back. Roger not improving on his time. He's gonna slot into the 14th position now. Just over 5 minutes left here in qualifying. Cody Terry still sitting on top of the board. Looks like Vic Wagner now also going out on track. We'll jump back here on board with Wagner as he comes around to begin his first time lap in this qualifying session for the Wounded Warrior Project 150. Oh, and into the wall goes Wagner. His lap is gonna be over. He's only gonna slot in now about the 15th position or so. Chris Medford also out on track, all over that white line down there. Scrubs the wall as well. Drivers trying to get all they can, scrubbing up against the wall. That's not gonna be what you want. That's not gonna be good for a fast time. So some drivers with some tough luck. Looks like everybody that wanted to qualify has qualified. 18 cars laying down a qualifying lap for tonight's Wounded Warrior Project 150 from Texas Motor Speedway. Told you I'd shoot you some track facts. Well, there you go. The home of Big Hoss. If you haven't seen it, man, they have the most gigantic, enormous, colossal TV screen that you can lay your eyes on. I mean, it's freaking huge. Absolutely huge. But anyways, there you see the degree of banking different in 1 and 2 as it is in 3 and 4. And as a matter of fact, the front stretch and back stretch also have 5 degrees worth of banking. So nowhere on this track except for pit road as a flat racing surface for these RFC K&N Series drivers. And if that doesn't put it into perspective for you, look at the acres. 1,500 acres is encompassed by this absolutely massive, huge, beautiful racing facility known as Texas Motor Speedway down here in Fort Worth, Texas. 2.5 minutes left in qualifying. Does not appear like anybody else is going to be coming out to try to get any laps in before we go green flag racing. So, yeah. Let's, I tell you what we're gonna do here. And I hope this does not come back to bite me in the butt. But, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. Was going to go ahead and see if I could catch a word or two with your provisional pole sitter, Cody Terry. But don't want to really jinx him. So we'll try to get with Cody as soon as the green flag, or as soon as these drivers begin to grid to take the green flag for tonight's Wounded Warrior Project 150. And, well, we're going to go ahead and head on down trackside for your pre-race festivities, singing of our national anthem. Join me in saluting our troops as we head down to the track. If I can figure out why I don't know. There it is. All right. Racing action yet to come. Stay with us. We'll head trackside for our national anthem. Join me in saluting our troops home and abroad here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Man, oh man, if that doesn't get you ready for some great racing action, I don't know what will. Thanks for sticking with us here at Texas Motor Speedway. Gonna run down your grid for today's race. There you see it, pole position inside row number 1, the 22 of Cody Terry. Starting to his outside, the 6 of Eric Blount. Row number 2, the 67 of Chris Berg, followed by the 77 of Lance Yancey. Row number 3, the 49 of Troy Radford, and the 99 of Justin Rigsby. Row number 4, the 37 of Cole Day, followed by the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Row number 5, Kenneth Osmond and his 88 machine, last week's race winner. Race number 2 winner Brian Mescal Jr. to his outside. Row number 6, the 23 of Bobby Summers and the 28 of Dustin German. Row number 7, the 98 machine of Thomas Light, followed by the 39 of Roger Muth. Row number 8, the 13 of Vic Wagner and the 76 of Chuck Mobley. Row number 9, the 45 of Douglas Wasaki, followed by the 84 of Chris Medford. Row number 10 here tonight, the 9 of Travis Smith, followed by the 19 of Rick Reinert. Row number 11, the 08 of David Smith Jr. and the 5 of Brandon Hartwell. Row number 12, the 51 of Dylan Blankenship and the 57 of Damon Cox. Row number 13, the 8 of Kendall Levron in the 46 of Justin Walters. Row 14, the 14 of Corey Walters, followed by the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. Row 15, Gordon Larson Jr. and Jeffrey Vandervoort. Row 16, Craig Lerman and Adam Novak. Row 17, Alan Westman and Ray Radford. Row 18, Michael Massengill and Donald Bennett. That concludes your field here for tonight's race. We are set to go green here at Texas Motor Speedway on Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the Wounded Warrior Project 150. Pace car has made that left-hand turn, field ready to go. Cody Terry brings them to the line. Green flag is out, and we're off at Texas Motor Speedway, side by side, all the way through the field. Cody Terry inches out ahead of everybody just a little bit as they head into turn number 1 and 2. One car blinking a little bit out of scene there. Not sure what that's all about. Cody Terry with a good lead so far, already looking at about a tenth or two over the field. Excuse me, sorry, front of the field starting to spread themselves out just ever so slightly. Side-by-side racing action back for third and fourth. That is between Lance Yancey, Tyler Hilton, Eric Blount right there with each other trying to get the positions. There you see Lance on the inside of Eric trying to take the position away at the line, not able to do it. Up front, Cody Terry now has, oh, here we go. Why, and caution is out. Right when all of that happens, caution comes out. Let's take a look back, see if we can see what took place back here in the rear of the field. All right, so we're going to have to fix this once again. Thought we had everything worked out. Didn't. Bear with us. We'll be right back here as we work our first caution of the evening. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Problems should be solved. A little bit of technical difficulties having to be worked out once again. Got everything situated and worked out. Should be good to go here. Field is under caution for the first time here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. And man, a little bit too early to really say how this race is gonna go. But I can tell you one thing, business is about to pick up. There's one thing that we all know as race car drivers: cautions do breed cautions. Whether you want to buy into that theory or not doesn't matter. It does happen. Field coming back to the green flag, doubled up, coming down the back stretch. Under caution for the first time here tonight, getting ready to have our first restart of the evening. We'll have to wait, see what shakes out. A lot of cars still out there on track. 36 drivers making the field here tonight. So a lot of cars out there. And bear with timing and scoring, that is affected by car numbers right now. But anyways, pace car off. Cody Terry hits the gas and he is off. Great start by the 77 of Lance Yancey, right behind that 22, pushing him down towards turns number 1 and 2. Lance able to take that second position away from the 67 of Chris Berg, the 6 of Eric Blunt, now trying to maintain that 4th position as the field makes their way down the backstretch. There you see them 2-3 wide back through the rear of this field. I say the rear of the field, however, that is about 5th or 6th position. There you go. That lets you see a little bit more of how many cars are all over this racetrack, and Cody Terry has set the pace early on this restart. About 2/10 of a gap already developed between himself and the 77 of Lance Yancey. Field starting to get single file, looks like through most of the field. We'll jump back towards about the 10th spot. There you see drivers all over each other back here. That is the 23 of Bobby Summers, the 28 of Dustin German, Douglas Wasaki, Dylan Blankenship, Chris Medford, Roger Muth, all right there on top of each other. Chuck Mobley also out there supporting the Wounded Warrior Project on the hood of his 76 machine. Gordon Larson Jr., today's race sponsor, back running. Well, that was interesting. There they go. Gordon Larson Jr. running right there with Craig Lerman. That's back around the 22nd, 23rd position. Chris Berg now looks like he may have dropped a little bit through the field. We'll go back up front with our race leader, Cody Terry, still leading the field. Lance Yancey now almost a half a second behind as this field beginning to make their way around this track. And what is going on? I tell you what, sometimes things... computers. That's all I gotta say. Sometimes, yeah. Anyways, field still having the gaps up at the front. Looks like your top 10 to 15 have gotten single file, decent gaps between them as we ride on board with the 77 of Lance Yancey down the back stretch, about 2 cars off your race leader Cody Terry as he makes his way through 3 and 4. Chris Berg in the 77 still right there. Then you have a 3-car pack consisting of Eric Blount, Troy Radford, Tyler Hilton, all right there. Kenneth Osmond, also known as Dale Osmond, back there running in the 7th position, last week's race winner. Can he be the first repeat winner of the season? Just like you, I'm going to have to wait to find out. We're going to go back a little further in the field. Looks like everybody's grouped up to about the 15th position or so. Keep an eye on the rest of the field. Travis Smith back running on the apron right now. There you see his left front completely torn off his machine. About to be put yet another lap down here early in tonight's race for Travis. Tough break for him, and that 9 crew was inside the top 5 in points. So that is going to be a tough break for that 9 machine hitting pit road yet again, as we are now taking a look at turn 3's very own, the 39 of Roger Muth, as he has got, I believe that may be the 17. No, that is the 24. That is very interesting. Shows the 17 of Alan Westman being the first car. That is because that 24 machine is multiple laps down already in today's race. Either that or he's got a special paint scheme on the side of that thing where I cannot tell where that 24 comes from. So, yeah, how about that? Way up the track goes Muth, almost into the wall. He's able to keep it off the wall. That's going to allow a lot of drivers to get by Roger Muth, as back up at the front, however, Cody Terry has not been able to step away from Lance Yancey, who is still all over his rear bumper, working through 1 and 2, coming off now down the back stretch. Chris Berg still holding suit. Troy Radford was able to get by Kenneth Osmond to run in the 4th position. There you see Troy trying to make up a little bit of time. Field very spread out already, over 6 seconds back to the driver in the 22nd position, Craig Lerman, in his 43 machine. So laps clicking off at a rapid pace here tonight. We are on lap 19, coming to lap 20 out of 150 here tonight for the Wounded Warrior Project. 150 here on Turn 3 Racing Network. And I tell you what, ooh, battle for the lead. Close racing action right there. My goodness, look at them. Lance Yancey down on the apron, trying to get the position down the back stretch. Pulls away from him, breaking the draft. No side draft involved right now. Cody Terry hanging on to that right rear quarter. Will it be enough to slow down that 77? No, it's not. Move Lance Yancey to the top of the board. Can he be your first 2-time race winner? If you remember, Lance winning race number 1 here in the RFC NextGen K&N Series, putting his name in the history books as the first ever race winner. Now can he go anywhere with it? Looks like Cody Terry starting to struggle a bit, has dropped from 1st to 3rd position as Chris Berg gets by him as well, and he's going to have Troy Radford right on him. So Cody in a little bit of management mode right now. Can he stay inside that top 3 and keep the position away from Troy Radford in the next few laps? The 82 of Tyler Hilton, running in the 5th position, is slowly walking this group down. Brian Mescal Jr. now closing in on the 37 of Cole Day, who is right there with Bobby Summers. Here you go. This is where a lot of the racing action is at. Chris Medford, Eric Blount, Dylan Blankenship, Chuck Mobley, all of them right there with each other. Kenneth Osmond, Justin Rigsby. You have about 9 cars all right there with each other just back through the field. You also seen in the background, the 17, the neon 17. There you see him out of turn 4 of Alan Westman, starting towards the rear of the field, making his way all the way up, almost inside the top 15, running in the 16th position now. Cole Day still trying to make the pass. But he is mired right now in a place he does not want to be just yet. Just gets by Osmond. Osmond now having to deal with Brian Mescal Jr. in that 33 machine running the lower lane. Is that going to be the lane to be in during long green flag runs? Looks like, oh, Osmond into the wall a little bit. Everything okay down the backstretch. Takes it back off the wall, gives up some positions. Caution is out, though. And it looks like the 57 of Damon Cox may have been involved. Let's take another look if we can. Why does it do that? There's Damon right there after the spin. We'll take another look here. See if we can... Why does... It's not cooperating with me. It's very frustrating. Oh my goodness. Why? Yeah, so doesn't want to give it to me for whatever reasons. Who knows? So we'll just jump back up front with your race leader, Damon Cox, involved in the latest incident. Seen him recover in the car. Not sure why the guys in the production booth don't want to hit the right cameras, but is what it is. Damon Cox with some trouble here early in today's race. Lap 26 out of 150. Field down pit road being brought down by your race leader, the 77 of Lance Yancey. Looks like maybe the 98 of Thomas Light was involved in some on-track action as well. Multiple laps down, running in the 34th position, Travis Smith. That 9 machine still toughing it out in the 33rd position. 7 laps down from your race leader in close battle off of pit road. Lance Yancey able to get the job done. So he will take the green flag once again here tonight as your race leader. Well, that's interesting. The whole field disappeared. I have never had that happen before. Don't know what that is all about. But is what it is. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break here on Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, hi. What's your name? Hi, Marcia. I almost erased you. I was going to draw a car. You do? But you're a... Well, I don't know. A racing driver? Well, we can make that happen.
Welcome back. Thanks for rejoining us here on Turn 3 Racing Network. It's the RFC NextGen K&N Series Wounded Warrior Project 150 live here from Texas Motor Speedway. Pace car lights are off. We're set to go back. Green flag racing. Your race leader, the 77 of Lance Yancey. Yes, it does have Chris Berg, but it is Lance Yancey leading this field. We'll have the option to go green as soon as the pace car ducks off. We'll have to wait and see if Lance takes him deep in the box or if he ain't playing no games and gets back on that loud pedal fast as ever. Field going down into turn 3 this time. Man, it is going to be something else. This is going to be great. Pace car is off field in the hands of your race leader, the 77 of Lance Yancey. He hits the gas and we are back. Green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway, side by side with the 67 of Chris Berg, the 49 of Troy Radford, right there on his inside. Now side by side for second. The 28 of Dustin German right there lurking in 4th position. Should anybody have any mistakes, side by side for a lot of your field here tonight. On this latest restart, now you see Chris Berg losing a little bit of a ground as Dustin German has made that 28 machine stick to the bottom. He has made the pass and in to 3rd place, the 37 of Cole Day. Now up, the caution has flown on the racetrack. We'll take a look back, see if we can't see anything that's happening. Looks like maybe Douglas Wasaki and some of the drivers back here may have been involved. We'll take a quick look at the turn 3. Oh my goodness, Vic Wagner flipping down the track. My God, that is a brutal wreck. Let's take a look at this. Looks like one driver up there into the wall. Through the grass, back up onto the track, and Wagner goes flipping. Oh, drivers not being able to slow up. Eric Blount also involved. Let's take a look one more time if it will let us on board with this 13 machine as he goes for his ride. Through the grass, there you see it on the wall and around he goes. Oh my, oh, jeez. Whew. That's tough. That is tough, and it's gonna bring an abrupt end to the night for the 13 machine of Vic Wagner. And now we will rejoin your race leaders up at the front. There you see Flagman getting an arm workout in, trying to build the biceps, work them triceps out. Up there waving the flag for all it's worth. Lance Yancey still your race leader. Troy Radford finds himself in 2nd. Third caution of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway. 3 lead changes. So Cody Terry leading 19 laps. Lance Yancey leading 12. Chris Berg leading 1 lap. Here tonight, those are your race leaders. And I tell you what, things starting to get a little hairy out there on track for a lot of drivers. Looking back through the field, a lot of drivers torn up. Looks like Damon Cox has been able to repair his machine, get back out there on pit road. He finds himself running around the 20th position as we sit right now. Looking through timing and scoring, not sure if any of these drivers are going to hit pit road this time by. No, they don't. Great on-board cameras being brought to you tonight by Turn 3 Racing Network. And I tell you what, while we're under caution, let's give you a little perspective up here from the blimp. Aero coverage provided for tonight's race by Haywood Elite Wrestling Club out of Bethel, North Carolina. Shout out to WNC Elite as they went to Tennessee for the AAU Top 100 individual and team duel wrestling tournaments this weekend, walking away in 4th place for K through 6th grade, and then the middle school division also walking away with 4th place. Great job by a lot of great young men out there involved in WNC Elite, Haywood Elite Wrestling Club, 828 Wrestling Club. Man, see y'all in the practice room later this week. Grind never stops when you're grinding for greatness. Well, 34 laps into this 150 lap race. Long, long night, 1.46 mile track here at Texas Motor Speedway. We still have about, I don't know how many more miles are left, but 219 miles is the distance in tonight's race. So that is a long, long drive. Whew. Long, long drive. Just think about 200 miles in your car on the interstate. Not fun. Not fun at all. A lot more fun when you're out here in a race car, driving around at almost 180, 200 miles an hour. Nonetheless, your race leader, Lance Yancey, right behind the pace car. Ford Buttstain will make the left-hand turn once again. We will get going. Green flag racing on lap 36 out of 150. And yeah. Let's go. Pace cars off onto pit road. Yancey on the gas. We're back. Green flag racing. Troy Radford struggles to get his 49 machine going. Gets it going just enough to drop down in front of the 28 of Dustin German, running in 3rd place. Chris Berg in the 67 slots in 4th, but he's got Cole Day and Tyler Hilton right there with him. Early leader Cody Terry right there as well. Brian Mescal Jr., Matthew McMeekin, all within your top 10. Running as we are on track. Looks like McMeekin going to the rear of the field, running the high line. He is just in front of Alan Westman. Roger Muth right there as well. Kendall Levron, Gordon Larson Jr., Kenneth Osmond, Gordon Walters, Rick Reiner, Damon Cox. Now back up inside the top 20 as we are working lap 37. Your race leader, Lance Yancey, under fire now. Battle raging for 2nd between Dustin German and Troy Radford. They have Chris Berg right on their bumpers. Lance trying to use that battle to skirt away from the rest of the field. Looks like that battle has now become between Troy Radford and Chris Berg for 3rd and 4th. Was that enough time to let Lance Yancey get away from Dustin German? Dustin now has about a 1.5 to 2 car gap between himself and 3rd place. Troy Radford still right on his rear bumper. Back through the field, running in the 6th position, Cody Terry, your early race leader. Now battling with the 37 of Cole Day, just behind him, about 2 cars back, Brian Mescal Jr. and Bobby Summers battling for the 8th position. Sorry, not the 7th. That goes to Cole Day. Matthew McMeekin has found a spot right there in front of Alan Westman. Looks like Roger Muth has given up a few positions. Falls back into the 13th slot. A lot of drivers needing some good runs to get out of that knot in the points right there around the middle of the points. 6 to about I'd say 10th or 11th, all within a handful and I do mean handful, 5 points or so separate about 7 drivers. So a good race needed by a lot of drivers to make up some ground here in this long racing season. Brought to you by RFC NextGen on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. All tracks and cars scanned with laser precision. Best way to get on the track without having to spend millions of dollars and worrying about wadding it up. Because if you wad one of these up, it's all right, just go get you another one. Not hard to replace a multi-million-dollar vehicle, especially if you're me. Lance Yancey, still your race leader. He finds himself running with about a half a second lead there. You see it in the foreground. Dustin German now battling with Chris Berg. Troy Radford has fell back to that 4th position, still riding on board with the 22 of Cody Terry, as he has got his hands full with the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Going to run back through the field a little bit further. Let's focus in here on the 23 of Bobby Summers, who has got that 33 machine of Brian Mescal Jr. right side by side. Car getting loose on Brian, hitting the apron just a little bit too much, upsetting the handling of that K&N Chevy Impala, but he is still down there digging on the bottom. Close quarters, racing within inches of each other through 1 and 2. Brian Mescal Jr. with the run down the back stretch. He does have help with the 4 Matthew McMeekin in tow. Alan Westman also there. Move Mescal Jr. into the 8th spot. While the battles are raging on through the field now, you see side by side Matthew McMeekin, Bobby Summers coming off of turn 2, Alan Westman right behind them. Nothing going on up at the front. Lance Yancey has stepped it out, starting to increase his race lead half a second on the 28 of Dustin German as we run right now. And it looks like a man falling back through the field, the 39 of Roger Muth. Let's go back here. There you see him right there. He has given up a few positions since the drop of the green flag on this latest restart. Close action there between McMeekin and Westman as they were coming off of turn 2. Westman now being able to make the pass. Chris Medford looking to make the pass as well. Looks like Jeffrey Vandervoort able to make the pass. Now Medford looking to the inside. That's going to bring Roger Muth along as well. Does he have what it takes to stick his nose down on the inside going into turn 3? We'll have to wait and find out. No, looks like he's going to keep the position. That is the 13th spot. The 23 of Bobby Summers maintaining what he can after losing 3 positions to some faster cars. Make that actually a lot more than 3 positions, as Brian Mescal Jr., after making the pass, has found himself running in the 8th position after he made the pass on Summers. So Summers dropping 4 to 5 places in just about 3 laps. And now Brian Mescal Jr. closing in on the rear bumper of the 37 of Cole Day as we work lap number 49 out of 150 here tonight. 219 scheduled miles for these RFC NextGen K&N Series drivers. Things looking like they're starting to sort themselves out just a little bit. Big run on the backstretch. I believe that may have been for the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr. making the pass on the 8 of Kendall Levron. Now Mescal Jr. right there on the rear bumper of Cole Day, working their way through the front stretch. That battle is for 7th position. Just behind them, Alan Westman right on that rear bumper of Matthew McMeekin, coming down the front stretch this time. A back stretch, I do apologize, into turns 3 and 4 now. And it looks like Brian Mescal Jr. was able to make the pass, sets his sights on the 82 of Tyler Hilton. Up at the front, Dustin German in second place still has his hands full with the 67 of Chris Berg, as well as the 49 of Troy Radford. Down the back stretch, that three-car trio trying to reel in your race leader, 77 of Lance Yancey. Still green flag racing, still trying to catch Lance Yancey in his fast 77 BP Chevy Impala as he leads this field now for 31 laps. Gonna make it 32 when he gets back to the race. When he gets back to the line. Oh, big moment. Will he lead this lap? He will still lead this lap. But big moment for Lance as he washed way up the track. That's going to allow that 28 of Dustin German to make the pass, and has Yancey worn out his tires as he is falling deep in the field now. Second, third, battling to keep fourth as Troy Radford in the 49 machine dig in on the bottom. Oh, slide job right in front of him to take the third position away. Lance Yancey with a big moment that last lap, all within one lap, losing 3 positions from first to fourth. New race leader, the 28 of Dustin German, puts the lap lead in his purse, leading the field now by just over, or just under, I should say, 0.2 of a second. Chris Berg still battling and dealing with the fast 49 of Troy Radford, and you can see it already. Lance Yancey struggling to keep pace with your top 3. Did he burn out them tires? Is it the right front? Is it the right rear? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we can get a word with Lance during or after the race. Should we find ourselves some time to provide that information? Side by side now back through the field. Brian Mescal Jr. is on a tear right now through the field. Talk to Mescal Jr. about halfway through happy hour, and he was not a happy race car driver. He did not like the way his car was handling, did not like the way it was feeling, and was very upset on the way things were looking for tonight's race. There you see his information for tonight. Started in 10th, up to the 6th position, was a little bit lower than that. Not sure why the lowest position isn't popping up correctly, but nonetheless, Brian Mescal Jr. on a tear as of late. He started battling when we first seen him for inside the top 10, and he has driven his way back up into the 6th spot. There you see just in front of him Tyler Hilton running down Lance Yancey, who was putting on a just torrent pace, and I believe he has raced the tires off of his 77 machine. And could that slowly be happening to this 33 as he's got his hands full of Cole Day? He had gotten around Cole about 10 laps ago, but Cole has not went away. Alan Westman and his 17 machine also right there with this battle. Westman making up a lot of ground in tonight's race as well. We'll have to keep an eye on him for the Ironman Award coming up through the field. Let's take a look. Starting way back in 33rd and is all the way up now into the 7th position as Brian Mescal Jr. had to give way to Cole Day as well as Alan Westman. So put Westman up into 7th, and I would have to say he is making a very strong case for the Ironman Award here at the Wounded Warrior Project 150, live from Texas Motor Speedway. small battles developing throughout the field. Gaps are beginning to happen up at the front. Almost 0.4 of a second between your race leader, the 28 of Dustin German, and the 67 of Chris Berg. Lance Yancey now falling all the way back to 5th from 1st. And he is going to have Cole Day, Alan Westman, Brian Mescal Jr. to deal with here in the next few laps. Looking for some battles on track. Looks like the 23 and the 39 of Roger Muth having a little bit of a battle. Cody Terry, ever since the drop of the green flag, he led about the first 19 laps of the race. Since then, I'm not sure the track rubbering up is playing to the liking of his car, as he has been stuck back towards about the 10th position or so. Now Bobby Summers looking to the inside, going into turn 3. Give the position to Summers. Drop Cody out of the top 10, and now Roger Muth in that 39 machine looking to the inside as we have got green flag pit stops underway. Tyler Hilton has brought his machine down onto pit road. We are about 36 laps into this green flag run. 88 laps left to go here tonight through the Wounded Warrior Project 150. Now slot Roger Muth into the 10th position. And Lance Yancey hitting pit road. Cody Terry on pit road. Looks like that may be the 19 of Rick Reiner. Also hitting pit road, Dustin German, your race leader, now a 7/10 second lead over Chris Berg. He's staying out on track down into turn 3. Will he decide to hit pit road this time? We'll keep an eye on him. Looks like he is going to bring it down on pit road. Chris Berg, Troy Radford, Alan Westman, all onto pit road. Cole Day stays out for another lap. He's going to inherit the race lead, as I believe the fuel mileage is right at the 42 laps. So could be that we are seeing some strategy come into play here. Cole Day may be trying to stretch this thing a little bit further and maybe make this a one-stop race for him in his 37 machine. As we say that, he ducks on pit road this time by. That's going to give the race lead to the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, who has Brian Mescal Jr. just behind him. Bobby Summers in the 23 machine also still out on track. Looks like the 19 of Rick Reiner was not the one that I seen hit pit road. So he is still on track, running in the 4th position. Things are going to get all shook up here, as I believe that got these 3 drivers hitting pit road this time by. Almost a big moment there, getting onto pit road. That could have been very dangerous there for the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. You see the 19 of Rick Reiner trying to keep some pace. And there you see Troy Radford, Dustin German making their way back onto the lead lap. And Troy Radford has gained a ton of time on Dustin German. Chris Berg also with a great pit stop. He is right there as well. Tyler Hilton right there as well with Dustin German. Green flag pit stops now seeing about the top 7 drivers on track yet to make their pit stops. Bobby Summers still leading your field in the 23 machine, staying out on pit road for an extended stay. Looks like he's going to possibly be able to stretch this to one more pit stop. I think most of the other guys are going to have to pit yet again. And I think we will see when all of this shakes out and is done. Man on screen, the 28 of Dustin German will regain the race lead. Tyler Hilton with the early pit stop has found his way into the 10th position, but what will be second once this green flag pit cycle shakes itself on out. Your current race leader, Kenneth Dale Osmond in his 88 machine, Justin Walters in the 46, Craig Lerman in his 43, all yet to hit pit road. They will more than likely be stretching this to a one-stop race from here as well. This field gonna be strung out pretty wide after this latest round of pit stops. Cole Day finds himself back in the 10th position with his 37 machine. And Kenneth Osmond staying on track. Adam Novak staying on track. Your top three still yet to hit pit road. Justin Walters in the 46 machine has dove to pit road. He will give the position back to the, well, I don't want to say the race leaders because they're not the race leader just yet, but the eventual race leaders: Dustin German, Tyler Hilton, Troy Radford, Chris Berg, Alan Westman. All right there trying to regain the top spots in today's Wounded Warrior Project 150. Race number 4 here from Texas Motor Speedway. Justin Walters has hit pit road. Adam Novak coming down pit road, this time by Dustin German. Should reassume the race lead if I am correct. There it is at the line. And Troy Radford has managed to get by Tyler Hilton. Chris Berg also getting by Hilton. Radford now sets his sights on the rear bumper of that 28 machine of Dustin German. Very interesting timing and scoring, going a little bit wonky there for a second through. Osmond back up to the front of the field. You see the 44 of Adam Novak down on the apron, coming back on pit road after his late round of pit stops. Field looks like it has started to spread itself on out. There you see the 90, I believe that is the 98 of Thomas Light. Multiple laps down here tonight in the Wounded Warrior Project 150. Staying out of the way, being courteous and kind. Great racing etiquette there being shown by that 98 machine of Thomas Light as your leaders work their way down the backstretch back into turn 3. Dustin German has almost a 4/10 second lead over the 49 of Troy Radford. Chris Berg follows behind, another 4/10 of a second. Tyler Hilton running in the 4th position, just about 1.5 seconds back. Alan Westman up to the 5th position, rounding out your top 5, almost 3 seconds off of your race leader. But Alan, I think he's pretty much secured and locked up. The Iron Man award for tonight's race started all the way back in the 33rd position and has now cracked that top 5. Rounding out your top 10 in today's race, Lance Yancey in the 77 running in 6th. 7th of 37 of Cole Day. Cody Terry in his 22 machine from pole to 8th place. 9th position, the 84 of Chris Medford, and rounding out that top 10, Brian Mescal Jr. in his 33. Superman, AC Delco, Chevy Impala, Roger Muth. The 39 is in 11th, 12th, the 4 of Matthew McMeekin. 13th, Gordon Larson Jr., Rick Reinert in 14th. In top 15th, the 46 of Justin Walters. Still green flag racing. We have had green flag pit stops here today at Texas Motor Speedway. After all is said and done, Dustin German has reassumed and regained that gap he had over the field Troy Radford trying to run him down, but finds himself half a second behind your race leader. You can see him. He's just not closing in very much. Same distance back to the 67 of Chris Berg, running into third position. Chris Berg with a great run so far this season. Only driver in the field, only driver in the series actually to pull this one off. There you see it right there. 3 starts, 3 top 10s, 3 top 5s. That means this man has ran up front each and every week, each and every race. No other driver in the field or in the series can hang their hat on that stat. So Ken Berg make it a 4 for 4. The start of the season, we'll have to wait and see. 71 laps, now 70 to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Still green flag racing. About, I would say, 50, 60 something laps now under green flag conditions. Field has begun to spread itself out just slightly. Not a lot of close battles out there on track. We're going to keep our eye, though, on this 82 of Tyler Hilton, Chris Berg, and your race leader, Dustin German, up here at the front. Tell you what, while we have a second, we're going to step away for a little side commercial. You won't miss any of the race action. However, as we're going to go side by side here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Back with all your live racing action here from RFC NextGen K&N Series live on Turn 3 Racing Network from Texas Motor Speedway. This is race number 4, season number 1. Here in the RFC NextGen K&N Series, we are running the Wounded Warrior Project 150. While I got a moment as we watch Chris Berg. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Chris Berg able to get by the 49 of Troy Radford while we had our side-by-side running there. And while we have a moment, want to give a shout out to you, the fans, the friends, the family, the viewers here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up over there. Click the subscribe. Smash the bell over on the right. Get notified anytime we go live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you like racing action, if you love racing action, Turn 3 has got something for you. From Indy cars to Formula 1, GTs, K&Ns, Cups, and Xfinity. We got it all. Trucks in the work, too. For the long haul, it's whatever you want to do here at Turn 3 Racing Network. I am David Worrell. Thanks for being here with me tonight as we bring you some great K&N car action from Texas Motor Speedway. 88 laps in the books. 63 laps left to go. Will we see another round of green flag pit stops? We'll have to wait and find out. Looks like Cody Terry Your pole sitter has had some issues. Fell back to the 8th position. Now trying to look at somebody that is dropping through the field right now, and that is the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. Did something happen to Mescal Jr.? No, he's just had a moment and has given up a little bit of time, but he has found himself back on that rear bumper of that 22 of Cody Terry, who's now battling side by side down into turns 3 and 4. Give the position to Mescal Jr. He's going to take that 8th spot away. Cody Terry now dropping to 9th. Roger Muth, turn 3's very own. Roger Muth crossing the line this time by just outside of that top 10, running in the 11th position. And times are slowly slowing down. That last lap of 30.916 for Muth as your race leader ran a 30.7. So the leader finding a way to get a little bit more out of those tires. We have drivers hitting pit road already. Once again, Chris Medford in his 84 decided to come to pit road already. Not sure I like that racing call right there. 60 laps left to go. Oh, Muth almost into the wall. My goodness. He had that thing hung out there. Right rear quarter, almost, if not scraping the wall a little bit. Oh, looks like we have some more drivers hitting pit road. That may be the 22 of Cody Terry. So drivers may be splitting the rest of this race up. But I tell you who that might benefit. That may benefit Brian Mescal Jr. That may benefit some of the other drivers that ran the long game under that latest caution, because they latest round of pit stops, I should say, they only have to pit one more time, period. These drivers have given them some time by pitting now, and they cannot make it to the end from here on out. So they're going to have to pit again, so they're going to give up that time twice to the rest of the field. Not sure I'm liking that call from the crew chiefs on some of the drivers' pit boxes as of right now, but we all know it. I've been wrong once. I'll be wrong multiple more times. Roger Muth in the 39 hitting pit road this time. Your race leader still with an enormous lead. 1.5 seconds over the 67 of Chris Berg. Tyler Hilton finds himself 2.5 seconds back from your race leader, Dustin German. Field a little bit spread out, but we'll still give you a little taste of it. I mean, it's not going to be as fun. But there you see Gordon Larson Jr. coming around the 28 of Dustin German, who is going to hit pit road this time by. That's going to give the lead, I should say, to Troy Radford. No, he hits pit road as well. That's going to give the lead now to this man on screen, the 37 of Cole Day. Lance Yancey finds himself in second. Brian Mescal Jr. in third. A lot of different strategies coming into play here tonight. We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Does Cole Day stay out? Yes, he does. As we bring you some of the sights and sounds from around Texas Motor Speedway, from these great shots provided by the team here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Cole Day in his 37 machine. There you see him on pit road in the box. Lance Yancey still out on track. There you see Chris Berg going by, getting himself back onto the lead lap. Alan Westman also back onto the lead lap. Brian Mescal Jr., Justin Walters, Kenneth Osmond still out there on track. These drivers can make it another 7 to 8 laps at least. And that is going to inch them very, very close to making it to the end on fuel. One driver that I have got my eye on right now. This man right here, this 46 machine of Justin Walters, and the man that he is chasing down, the 88 of Kenneth Osmond. Those two drivers, they can stay out another 15 laps or more. And that's going to put them only making one pit stop from here on out. That could vote well for them. Just behind Justin Walters, you do see the torn up machine of his partner, Travis Smith. Both of those drivers, co-owners, co-creators, co-painters over there at 946 Designs. If you haven't already checked those guys out, go on over to 946 Designs on Facebook. Those gentlemen are beasts with the brush. Guarantee you'll love it. Guarantee the satisfaction. That's where I go for all my wraps and paints. 946 Designs. Go check them out. Facebook. Your race leader, however, the 88 of Kenneth Osmond. There you see him just in front of the 51 machine trying to gain his lap back. He's going to be able to do so. Some of your front runners have been able to get their laps back as we stay under green for what is our second green flag pit cycle. There you see the 84 of Chris Medford. He's going to get himself back on the lead lap. Last car running on the lead lap now will be that 84 of Medford. Don't know why things seem to hang up every now and again, but they just do, so we'll just keep on rolling with it. Is what it is. Alan Westman looking like he's going down pit road. 30 laps into this green flag run for Justin Walters, running in second. Kenneth Osmond, 29 laps into his green flag run. 48 laps left to go here tonight in the Wounded Warrior Project 150 as we ride along with your race leader, the 88 of Dale Osmond, as he leads what will be his 9th lap of tonight's race. And as I stated earlier, can he become the first two-time winner here in the K&N Series, brought to you by Racing for Calls and NextGen Racing Leagues on iRacing.com, world's #1 racing simulator. Can they get the job done? Can they do it? We'll have to wait and find out, as he is trying to keep Gordon Larson Jr. There you see him just behind him in his Wounded Warrior Project Chevy Impala. Today's race sponsor, Gordon Larson Jr., trying to get himself back up onto that lead lap. Looks like he's going to track him down the back stretch. Now makes the move into turn 3. Easy position for Larson Jr. Put him back onto the lead lap. And now it looks like Justin Walters may be hitting pit road. Kenneth Osmond going to stay out on track. Chris Berg, Dustin German, there you see him riding with the 67 of Dustin German just in front of that 17 of Alan Westman, who has found himself yet another position up into the 4th spot now. Dustin German will reassume the race lead Once the 88 of Kenneth Osmond hits pit road, Kenneth about 5 seconds in front of German. So he is playing with the fuel strategy big time. Seeing a lap down car almost in the wall there. That could have been big time for a lot of these drivers that have already hit pit road. But that would bring everybody back. Even that would kind of mess up Osmond's pit strategy. But you better believe the field would hit pit road with him, so he would be right there. He would still come out smelling like roses, if you will, as he still has a 4.3 second lead over this man on screen. Dustin German sticking with him as he will regain the race lead once Osmond decides to pit. 43 laps left here to go. Only 2 or 3 laps left before Osmond will be able to make it on fuel completely. And I think that is exactly what he is waiting for, trying to get a little bit of a view on how far apart they are. So let's go back to our aerial coverage brought to you here tonight by Haywood Elite Wrestling Club out of Bethel, North Carolina. We cannot see that 28 in the same screenshot just yet. High up here atop of the blimp, looking down on your race field, Kenneth Osmond still leading this thing down into turns 1 and 2. Now 15 laps into the book for Osmond. German now within 2 seconds, almost 1.5. There you see him in the background, just peeking into view. And we're going to watch as this gap gets closer and closer. And these drivers, Kenneth Osmond playing a big-time fuel game strategy here tonight, knowing the other drivers will have to hit pit road once again. And look at how fast Dustin German has caught and made up the gap, made the pass, and has reassumed the race lead here tonight for the Wounded Warrior Project 150 at Texas Motor Speedway. Dustin German electing to stay out on track. Chris Berg in the 67 machine now trying to track him down as well. Set his sights on the rear end of that 28 of Dustin German, as German has got his hands full with some lapped cars, able to make his way around without any issues, getting around that 6 of Eric Blount, as the 37 of Cole Day finds himself back in 7th, Roger Muth in 9th, Brian Mescal Jr. 8th, Rick Reinert in the 19th, making an appearance late here in the race. Mr. Where Did He Come From finds himself rounding out your top 10. Meanwhile, up at the front, no one to battle with, no one in the rear view. Dustin German leads what will be his 35th lap of today's race, 1.5 seconds in front of the 67 of Chris Berg. Osmond has hit pit road and is being scored 1 lap down as he is working his way back off of pit road. And now it's just a matter of time to see if that man's pit strategy and his crew chief made the right call. Dustin German, Chris Berg, Tyler Hilton, Troy Radford, Allen Westman, Cole Day. I mean, your whole top 10. They have all got to come back down pit road before the end of this thing. Looks like Roger Muth making his last stop of the evening. He hits pit road this latest time by Dustin German, working his way down the backstretch yet again. Lap 115 out of 150 here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. 35 laps left to go when we hit the line this time by your race leader hitting pit road. Chris Berg hitting pit road as well. Tyler Hilton stays out on track and assumes the race lead. Hilton has 2 seconds over the 17 of Alan Westman. A lot of other cars hitting pit road. I do believe the 22 of Cody Terry, the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr., Lance Yancey in his 77 machine also on pit road. There you see German coming off of pit road, now being scored a lap down. Kenneth Osmond, however, going to make up some ground on these drivers. He's not going to have to stop. He can just keep going, and he is wound up, running about 50 miles an hour or faster than Dustin German and Chris Berg. We'll wait. That's going to be a battle, I think, for the race lead, so we'll keep our eye right here on Dustin German. See where Osmond is. There he is just behind them. So Chris Berg able to hit pit road, get off of pit road, and keep himself in front of Osmond. That means Dustin German also staying in front of Osmond. That is going to be a close battle, I tell you what. Few other drivers up near the front of the field. Brian Mescal Jr., Lance Yancey, 17 laps on their tires. They are going to be knocking on the door of making it. Now looking at it, they are nowhere near going to make it. Rick Reinerton, 19 machine, has hit pit road this time by. Gordon Larson Jr. in the 8th position still needs the pit as well. Tyler Hilton leading the field by 3.7 seconds right here, but Tyler will have to come to pit road. He cannot make it 55 laps on fuel. So your top, it looks like about your top 7 or 8 still have to hit pit road once again. And trying to find, looks like Justin Walters is just not going to be able to get that one stop strategy to go his way, just like Kenneth Osmond was attempting. That's not going to go the way those two drivers were hoping it will. May shake out to be a good finish, a top 10 finish for those drivers. Just not going to be the race winning strategy, as the 28 machine of Dustin German is the first car 1 lap down. 8 cars still on the lead lap. Now make it 7. Lance Yancey in his 77 machine, believe, decided to hit pit road that time by. Cody Terry also on pit road. Alan Westman on pit road. He's going to give up his positions, and that is going to cost him some time staying out that long. We'll have to wait and see what all happens, as Tyler Hilton, his 82 machine, still out there on track. Brian Mescal Jr. now running in the 2nd position. Matthew McMeekin in the 4 is running in 3rd. But for some reason, timing and scoring just does not like Lance Yancey running in that 3rd position, now showing him dropping proper. Oh, the 44 of Adam Novak. Caution comes out late here tonight during green flag pit stops. That is going to shake up the field. Let's go back with our turn 3 replay. Oh, and there was another car stopped. Oh no, I believe that was the 22 of Cody Terry. He was coming off of pit road. Gets loose on the apron. Oh, right up in front of the field. Nowhere to go for Novak as he goes flipping down the back stretch. My goodness, we'll take one more look at this. Cody Terry, there you see him coming off of pit road. Loses it into the outside wall. His day's over. Adam Novak crushes that car. My God. One more time. Let's go from Adam Novak's cockpit here. Show you what he's seen. You can see everything clear up in front of him as he's working his way around. Then you see car go up the track, off the gas. Oh, and just nowhere to go. Up and over. Back onto his wheels, thankfully. But his day is going to come to an end. And that is going to shake up the field for the rest of this race. Oh my. My. I mean, I don't know what to think about this, as a lot of drivers were caught a lap down. Dustin German caught a lap down. A lot of drivers caught a lap down, having to take the wave around. Tyler Hilton, Lance Yancey, Brian Mescal Jr., looks like Gordon Larson Jr., all able to stay out long enough, inherited a Christmas present, as Christmas is just around the corner. Get a caution late in the race. 125 in the books, 26 left to go, and they are going to have anywhere from, I'd say, about 10 lap fresher tires than the drivers starting behind them on this restart, as, I mean, it's almost the entire field that is going to have to stay out and receive a wave around. I believe Dustin German was the lucky recipient here of the lucky dog, so that's going to allow him to pit and get out there with fresh tires with your top, I believe it will be your top 4. Excuse me, sorry if you heard that. Coming down with a little bit of, well, you know, a little bit of a cold, but we're going to battle on through it, no problem here. Got my Raze energy drink, Galaxy Burst. If you haven't checked out Raze or Rep Sports yet, I'm telling you what, you are missing out. They have got some of the absolute best tasting energy drinks I've ever had in my life. And if you know anything about me, I've been associated with Monster Energy, Red Bull, I mean, Bang, Rain, you name it. I've tried it. Worked closely with Monster Energy back in my Kannapolis days for Fight Lab MMA Productions. But anyways, yeah, Raze is just phenomenal. Go check those guys out at repsports.com. I'm telling you, will not be disappointed. This stuff tastes like Starburst. It's great. Anyways, Brian Mescal Jr. has found a way to turn a night that he was dreading into a night of golden opportunity. Gonna restart here in second, outside row, outside of that 82 of Tyler Hilton, who is your race leader. Lance Yancey starting in third, Gordon Larson Jr. starting in fourth, Dustin German starting in fifth. Chris Medford was able to go down pit road from the lucky dog. He finds himself in sixth. Everybody else took the wave around. 13 cars on the lead lap as we get set to go back. Green flag racing. Pace car lights come back on. So we will go around the track one more time here. Have a couple of cars hitting pit road once again. And man, I tell you what, a driver that still is going to come out of here with, well, let's see what ended up happening to him. Looks like Alan Westman back in the 13th position, finds himself last car on the lead lap, but still running in 13th. That's still a net gain of 20 positions. So that Ironman award still looking like it's going to go home with the 17 crew here tonight after they leave Texas Motor Speedway. Ford Buttstain pace car lights are off. This time we will go back green flag racing. You see the long train of cars back there that took the wave around, all starting on the inside, and Dustin German is stuck way back in the field, running in the sixth position, but he has got a lot of cars to get around before he passes the car for position When will Tyler Hilton hit the gas? Oh, boy, here we go. Don't do that to me now. Let's go. But staying off. There you go. And he has hit the gas. Tyler Hilton wasting no time getting on the gas here tonight. Brian Mescal Jr. late on the gas. Lance Yancey now side by side on his rear. Looks like Mescal Jr. up the track. That's going to give the position to the 77 of Lance Yancey. Lance led early in the race. Now trying to come back at the end of this thing and regain the race lead. But the man there going to have to watch out for Dustin German trying to make his way back up through the field and on to the racing point. Still green flag racing, lap 130 out of 150 here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. 21 laps left to go. Lance Yancey just under 0.3 of a second back to your race leader. Field fanning out just a little bit back there near the rear. Brian Mescal Jr. struggling to hold on right now, but Gordon Larson Jr. running in for today's race sponsor. Heck of a job there. You see him right there in that black Wounded Warrior Project 01 Chevy Impala. The 21 of Jeffrey Vandervoort is scored as the first car one lap down. That is the car you see just behind that Superman AC Delco Chevy Impala of Brian Mescal Jr. And we have got a battle for the race lead once again. Lance Yancey trying to make his way back to the point. Led the first 35, 36 laps of tonight's race. Can he lead the last 15 or so? We're going to stay here and find out, of course. Hope you stay and find out with us. Still keeping him at bay. Tyler Hilton positioning that 82 machine just where he needs it to be. And Brian Mescal Jr. now making a run back at Lance Yancey. Mescal only 0.3 of a second off of your race leader. Lance right there on that bumper going into turns 1 and 2. Can he make it stick down there on the bottom just behind your race leader Tyler Hilton down the back stretch? Lance looking inside now, sliding back in for entry to 3. Great racing action up here at the front. Gordon Larson Jr. rounding out your top 4. Caution is out on the racetrack. Looks like Chris Medford in the 84 machine may have been involved. Let's back it up. Take a look with our turn 3 replay. Yep, there you see a little bit of contact. Not sure who that was with. We'll back it up one more time. Take a little closer look at this. It looks like Medford and Day had a little bit of discrepancy over some real estate. Just a little tap there and around he goes. Whoa! Big moment for Roger Muth. Medford showing us his wheelman skills right there. Spinning it all the way around. Jerks it in gear. Back down the racing surface he goes. Great job minimizing the damage there for Chris Medford. But now we're going to have another restart. 16, make it 15 when we cross the line. Laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Will the field hit pit road? Tyler Hilton staying out. Lance Yancey trying to fake out the field. We'll see if anybody else elects to come down pit road. Looks like everybody's staying out. Chris Berg now hitting pit road. Troy Radford, Cole Day, Roger Muth, Alan Westman, Chris Medford, all hitting pit road. So that's about 7th on back, electing to come down pit road. Looks like Jeffrey Vandervoort in the 21 machine will get the lucky dog. He will be the 14th car on the lead lap when we get set to go back. Green flag racing. Man, if it wasn't exciting enough, they're going to make it a little bit more exciting. So I tell you what, we're going to step away for just a brief moment. We'll be right back with all the racing action here, live from Texas Motor Speedway.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Thanks for sticking with me up here in the booth. Once again, I am David Worrell, bringing you all the great racing action here from the RFC NextGen K&N Series. It's the Wounded Warrior Project 150. These drivers have put in a ton of laps already. 13 laps left to go. 12 when we take the green flag after our latest caution here today. 5 cautions is the count on the night as we sit only 20 laps of caution, 14 lead changes here tonight. Is it over? We will have to find out. Will we see that caution flag wave yet again? We will have to see as we get set to go back. Green flag racing this time by your race leader, Tyler Hilton, has elected the inside. He can go anytime the pace car drops off the racing surface. Will he get a good jump again? Will Lance Yancey spin the tires? Will Mescal Jr. get a good run and stick his nose in there? We're going to have to find out here when we drop the green flag again. Pace car off. Field in the hands of your race leader. Hilton hits the gas and off we go. Back green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Close racing action. Lance Yancey able to stick himself into that second position pretty easily. Brian Mescal Jr. slots in third. The 28 of Dustin German now trying to tear his way back up through the field. Chris Berg in the 67 rounds out your top 5. 12 laps left to go, 11 when we hit the line. Dustin German now looking to the inside of Mescal Jr. German with about 10 laps older tires. Will that come into factor late here on this latest restart? We'll have to find out. He's still trying to work over that rear quarter panel of the 33 of Brian Mescal Jr. trying to get the position away. Lance Yancey with a moment off of 2. That's going to put Mescal Jr. to the inside going into 3. Side by side, will he have enough room for the slide job? Not quite yet. Now he does. Mescal Jr. up to second off of 4. Oh, Lance Yancey and Dustin German, they touch. They save it. Holy shenanigans, Batman. Wow, that was one heck of a display of driving between those two drivers. Contact made between Lance Yancey and Dustin German. Both drivers having to put on their gloves. Oh, the racing is getting closer and closer as these laps click off. Lance Yancey having some trouble falling through the field, trying to maintain all that he can. Almost got into that 49 of Troy Radford as Lance has fell back now from outside pole to the 6th position. Brian Mescal Jr. up here at the front. He's trying to get the job done. Can he get up there to the bumper of Hilton, as we have got 9 laps left to go here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway. Now make it 8. Green flag still in the air here at Texas Motor Speedway as Tyler Hilton in his 82 machine leads the field. Brian Mescal Jr. just under 0.2 of a second behind him. Big gap back to the 28 machine of Dustin German and Troy Radford. Gordon Larson Jr. finds himself rounding out the top 5, and now Lance Yancey trying to make a run back to the top of the field, and we have got a battle for the race lead going into turn 1 and 2. Can Mescal Jr. get the job done? 7 laps left to go here tonight. We work our way down the backstretch yet again. Brian Mescal Jr. just about a half a car off of the rear bumper of that 82 of Tyler Hilton. They are maintaining about a half a second or more gap back to Dustin German, who's got his hands full of the 49 of Troy Radford, now looking to the inside to take that 3rd position away. Brian Mescal Jr. thought about the inside going into 1, readjusts, resets, getting a good run through turn 1 and 2. Now looking to the inside down the backstretch. Side-by-side battle for the lead into turn 3. Brian Mescal Jr. down on the inside. He washes up the track. Looking for the crossover is Hilton. Can he get the job done? No, he doesn't. New leader, 6, now 5 laps left to go in the Wounded Warrior Project 150. And Brian Mescal Jr. has led his first lap of the race with that 49 machine of Troy Radford on much fresher tires than your race leader Mescal Jr. Can he hold the hard-charging 49 of Troy Radford off to the end of this race? Radford now gonna battle side by side to the line with Hilton for second. Caution is out. We'll take a look back. Oh no. Looks like no. Roger Muth seems to be okay. Looking to see if I see anything else. Looks like we have a few drivers up there in front of him that have some issues. We'll take a look back, see if we can see anything from Roger's point of view. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Oh, man. Now, man, I mean, I don't, I don't know what to do here. If you were Brian Mescal Jr., that is not what you wanted to see at all. 3 laps left to go. We will be in our first and only attempt at a green-white checkered. Do you come down pit road? Troy Radford has the freshest tires on the field. 12 laps on his tires. Brian Mescal Jr. with 23 laps on his tires. Do you come down pit road? If you do, who comes with you? If you're the race leader, this is one of the toughest spots to be in. Looks like Brian Mescal Jr. staying out on pit road. Troy Radford acting like it. Not gonna go. Field's gonna stay out. Kenneth Osmond looking like it. He stays out as well. So all these drivers gonna start on the older tires. That's gonna make for a much interesting, entertaining restart here. As I believe the 4 of Matthew McMeekin, he will get the lucky dog and come on around the field, putting himself back onto the lead lap. That's going to leave us now with 15 cars on the lead lap. 2 laps to go. This thing will not end in the regular scheduled distance, as we've received this time by. We'll get the 2 to go, so we will head into overtime. Green, white, checkered for Brian Mescal Jr. leading the field. He's got to worry about those fresh tires, though, of that 49 of Troy Radford. He's got to hope that when he decides to go, Tyler Hilton gets a good enough restart to put himself in between the rear bumper of Mescal Jr. and the front bumper of Troy Radford. Brian's going to need a little bit of help to keep that 33 machine in front of Troy Radford, I believe. With those 11-lap fresher tires, I believe that can make all of the distance. Got to go back all the way to the 7th position to find tires that are fresher than most of the front besides Troy Radford, and that is the 17 of Alan Westman, who once again has staked his claim to that Iron Man award here tonight, starting from the 33rd position, now sitting in 7th. See a lot of drivers trying to keep some heat in their tires, trying to keep the grip level as good as they can. See them cleaning up the marbles off of the tires. New tire model does lend itself to having, I don't want to say an advantage of warming your tires up, but it can be helpful, especially in a situation like this when you find yourself 25 laps into a green flag run, having to restart the race on those tires. And man, can your NextGen Racing High Country Trucking Series Season number 2 champion, Brian Mescal Jr., race winner of race number 2 here in the RFC K&N Series, the RFC NextGen K&N Series, can he be the first one to punch his 2nd race win in the books? Can he become the first Series 2-time winner? Will Lance Yancey from the 4th position be able to get his 77 to the lead to win his 2nd race? Will Tyler Hilton or Troy Radford be able to put their car in victory lane for the first time here this season for the RFC NextGen K&N Series? We'll find out. Pace car lights are off. Wounded Warrior Project 150 down to the final green-white checkered here tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Ford butt stain will turn off here to the left any moment. There it goes. Brian Mescal Jr. hits the gas and he is gone. He has a good gap over that 49 of Troy Radford. Tyler Hilton now looking to slot on the bottom. Oh, caution behind. That may end this thing. Dustin German spinning. That may have ended it. Let's take a look back at this real quick. Dustin German not really going anywhere. Coming down, Alan Westman right there, not giving way late in the race on this green-white checkered. And that's going to send German around to bring out our last caution of the race. And I believe this may be a wrap. Jags, if you can hear me, can you get to me real quick? Let me know if I'm calling that right. That is the one and only green-white checkered attempt that we have here in the RFC NextGen K&N Series. I believe Brian Mescal Jr. has come out smelling like roses here. I think he has got this race win. Pace car is out. We'll have to wait this out and see. Oh, thank you, Roger. Appreciate that. Don't poke me, man. You know that. Golly bum, son. There you have it. Race winner. Brian Mescal Jr. walking away with the top spot here tonight for the Wounded Warrior Project 150. And it is going to be one heck of a celebration for him and his 33 crew. As I had already stated, he was not liking the way his car was feeling and running. And there you see a little bit of love from the teammate, the 77 of Lance Yancey. Oh! Big moment for both of those drivers there after this thing was over. Brian Maskill Jr. bringing his car to a halt. Tyler Hilton finishing in second. Troy Radford finishing in third. Brian Maskill Jr. gonna give us some post-race shenanigans celebration, if you will. There you see the 9 of Travis Smith showing some congratulations as well. Great job by Brian Maskill Jr. and his crew. Gonna light it up a little bit now. Tell you what, while he enjoys his burning the tires off of that K&N machine, we're gonna step away. We'll be right back here at Turn 3 Racing Network with your driver post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thanks for rejoining us here on Turn 3 Racing Network for your post-race interviews. There you see it. Man on screen has parked the car after the burnout, and he has found a way to make history, becoming the first driver to win 2 races in the K&N Series. Brian Maskill Jr., you got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, buddy, halfway through happy hour, you were not a happy man. I can imagine the feeling is a little different now.
Yeah, it's a little different. Couldn't figure out that speed them guys had for them fast times, but I found something about 15 laps into a run, and I got a lucky break with a caution. And that's the only reason I was up there.
Well, man, I mean, you found a way to get up there, but then you found a way with a late restart and then a green-white checkered restart to maintain the position, walk away as the race winner. I mean, you still don't sound very happy to be a race winner.
I'm happy. I just got to figure out what Troy's doing. That dude's fast as hell, and I know I ain't got the speed he's got. So it's aggravating. Yeah, I've won a couple races, but it's all dumb luck.
Oh, I'd take the golden horseshoe like Jimmy Johnson used to have any day to be a series champion multiple times. You already are a series champion, so once again, heck of a race. You found a way into it, and sometimes the best drivers aren't the best. Sometimes they're just best with the luck. So congratulations once again on your race win. Before I let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, or anything like that?
Absolutely. Always my Jags for watching and rooting for me. My wife for letting me do this stuff, and give another shout-out to Troy and Mud, Damon Cox for putting this stuff together. It's actually been a really good deal. Pretty clean racing. Every now and again we get some crazy stuff, but all in all, it's been some pretty good racing.
All right, man. Well, you enjoy your race win for the next 2 weeks as we've got a long Christmas break, but then we head to Daytona. What's your thoughts going plate racing with this new tire model?
That's my game right there. I'm ready.
All right, well, we'll be ready too. Hopefully we can talk to you at the end of that one. We'll catch up with you later, man. There you have it. That was your first place finisher, your race winner, second win of the season for the man on screen, Brian Mescal Jr., walking away with the race win for today. Now we will move on in our post-race interviews. We will grab the 82 of Tyler Hilton walking away in second today. Tyler, you got us?
I got you, buddy.
Hey, man, you found yourself in a great position late in the race when a caution came out. Had the race lead, just not quite enough to keep it for the last two restarts we have. Tell us a little bit about your race and your finish here today.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was fun. I had a great run going. Right there at the end. I think Brian had a little bit fresher tires than me. I know Troy did, and the way those cautions came up and allowed them to kind of catch up a little bit. It just there was not really anything I could do there once he got the inside position there. But heck yeah, I'll take a second anytime. It's a rare place for me. So.
Well, Tyler, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. My memory ain't that great. First time we got to speak to you up in the booth here this year so far. We do have a little bit of a long break, 2 weeks off before we head to Daytona. Do you think that it's possible to carry momentum from one race 3 weeks later to your next race?
Yeah, I definitely think you can build on it for sure and move along the season with it. Obviously with my work schedule and stuff, unfortunately, I'm just pretty much a part-time driver in this series for it. We got the win back in Talladega in the trucks last season, but this is my first podium finish here in these cars. I think second or third start. So it's a fun series. I wish I could run them all, but I'm definitely going to take this second place into Daytona and hopefully build on it there. So that's a wild card, but hopefully we can move it forward and bring some good luck there.
Well, Tyler, once again, man, great race. You found a way to finish inside the podium positioned yourself where you needed to be late in the race. Once again, congratulations on your second place. Before I let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that to anybody out there watching?
Oh yeah, first off, Vegas Resiliency Center, that's the sponsor of my car. Definitely their cause is very important to me. Mission 22, Hilton Designs, Brandon Built Motorsports, and Xfinity driver Brandon Brown for their partnership with our organization at Falcon Motorsports. My teammates with Falcon, Troy Radford, Doug Wasaki, Chris Mefford, Tom Quattlebaum, he couldn't be here tonight. But appreciate those guys, all the work that we put into it, and definitely the admins, you up in the booth for putting on a great show, and yeah, just fun times.
All right, man. Well, once again, great job, and we'll see if we can catch up with you when we head to Daytona.
All right, appreciate it, buddy.
There you have it. That was your second place finisher for the Wounded Warrior Project 150, the 82 machine of Tyler Hilton. Now we will bring in Troy Radford. He rounded out the podium for tonight. Troy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bud. How are you doing, man?
Well, you know, I've been better, I've been worse, and, you know, if I complained, it wouldn't matter.
That's true, actually. Yeah. Glad to actually be able to finish one of these things out a little bit and get to talk with you.
Yeah, the last, I believe, 2 races were not very kind for you. Did have a good car here later in the race. Unfortunately, weren't able to have that last green-white checkered unfold under green conditions. Do you think you may have had anything for the race winner, Brian Maskell Jr., seeing how you had about 10 laps fresher tires? You think you could have maybe made a difference with that?
So I think when it came down to the actual green-white checkered, I botched the start, and Tyler got down in front of me going into one, so I think that probably took away my shot at the win. I probably still would have ended up second. I had a good bit fresher tires, but where it really killed me was when that caution flew to bring out the green-white checkered. I had cleared Tyler, and I was about 0.3 a lap faster than Brian. So, I really think that's where I lost the race, was when not the green-white checkered caution, but the one to bring out the green-white checkered is where I think I lost my shot.
Yeah, you were making up a lot of ground there before that all took place. However, I mean, you got to keep in retrospect or in hindsight, I guess, after DNFing a race or two, walking away with a podium ain't too shabby.
Nah, I mean, you look at the other races, and I was, it's one of those games where you shoulda, coulda, woulda won, but you ended up not winning and finishing 16th and everything. And then in this one, where I was at best probably a 3rd or 4th place car, I had a legit shot to win at the end just because of the way that everything played out. So, I really can't complain. I hate that I didn't get that shot for it, but either way, it was a great race overall. Congrats to Brian. Brian drove a heck of a race, ran a smart race. And that's kind of what I always see out of Brian. Like, you'd never see Brian at the early part of the race, but dang it, he's always there at the end. And then Tyler, too. This is just a good track for him. He always runs well here, and I think that he had a real good shot there if everything played out a little bit different.
It was an exciting race for sure. I mean, we had a little bit of caution issues there early in the race, but then we had almost 2 full green flag pit cycles. So, gonna ask you to put on your admin owner hat here for a second and put that driver's helmet down. Do you think the race was, or the season, I should say, is going off as well as expected?
I think so. Here's the thing. We've got a ton of talented drivers in this league. I mean, nobody's going to dispute that. But where we've struggled, and again, talking from an admin standpoint, is the over-aggression on some people. You've got to show respect to other drivers. And, I've seen 2 races here where, we had just beautiful runs, long green flag runs, lots of respect being given. And then it's right at the end, we just get those cautions that trigger and just kind of bring out a few things. So I think that we're real close to having something really special here. If we can just get people to calm down a little bit. I mean, it's a few things that we're working through on our side. I'm actually, we've installed a driver's council. And again, this is admin facing stuff. It's not stuff that the fans usually see. but we have a driver's council that reviews incidents. Sometimes you may see somebody in the broadcast that gets booted to the back, and it's because they claimed a caution because they actually were the triggering point of that accident. And if somebody doesn't claim it, we have a driver's council that actually reviews it. So we're going through and reviewing a few incidents from tonight. And again, I love everybody here. I've raced with them for a long time. But, from a quality of racing standpoint, if we've got somebody that's, consistently an issue, then we're going to have to take actions on that. But not saying we've got anything coming down or anything, but just, again, talking admin, that's stuff that, race fans don't usually see.
All right. Well, we appreciate you giving us the admin insight here at Turn 3 Racing Network, just to kind of know a little bit more of the workings on what's going on in behind the scenes out there on track and everything like that. But you can go ahead and throw that hat to the side and put your driver's helmet back on. And, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that before we head on out of here?
So first of all, to my lovely wife, for not having a child today, so I did get to race. So we're here within probably the next few days having another child. So I did get to race today. Now, if I could only get through my Tuesday race, then we're going to be okay. But I know, big shout out to her. She puts up with me spending a lot of time doing this, whether it's adminning or racing. Of course, you guys at Turn 3 Racing Network, you doing the broadcasting, Dave, just huge help there. The guys over at Falcon Motorsports put in a ton of time. Tyler had a great run. Chris, I think, maybe got his little damage early and was kind of playing from behind, but, overall, him and Doug, just some really good, solid guys. And, of course, for me personally, I always run National Kidney Foundation colors. It's something that really hits our family hard, so, very, always like to throw that out.
All right. Well, Troy, Christmas baby on the way, so tell your wife, appreciate you being able to race tonight, and go ahead and get that thing born before Christmas, man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we will catch up with you in 3 weeks, maybe, if you're not on daddy duty. Hopefully it's not the duty part of the duty. You understand. Anyways, we'll catch up with you later, Troy.
Hey, thank you, bud.
There you have it. That was your third place finisher for tonight's race, Troy Radford. And man, I tell you what, there isn't much left to do here tonight at the track except bring you your race results. Here they are, top of your screen. First place race winner Brian the Missile Miskel Jr. punching his second race win for the season, getting the job done late in the race. Gonna make some big moves in the point standings for him. Also, Tyler Hilton in his 82 machine coming home in second. Troy Radford in the 49 in third. Fourth position, the 77 of Lance Yancey. Fifth, the 01 of Gordon Larson Jr., tonight's race sponsor. Choosing the Wounded Warrior Project Foundation to highlight and bring to the forefront. Hats off to Gordon Larson Jr., as well as all of our armed force troops home and abroad. Sixth place goes to the 88 of Kenneth Osmond. Seventh, the 17 of Alan Westman. Cole Day in the 37, coming home in eighth. Ninth position goes to the 46 of Justin Walters. Turn 3's very own Muth in the booth. In the 39 machine, Roger Muth walking away in 10th. 11th position here tonight, the 21 of Jeffrey Vandervoort. Chris Berg in the 67 found himself finishing in 12th. 13th position, the 84 of Chris Medford in Matthew McMeekin in the 4 machine in 14th. 15th goes to the 28 of Dustin German, and in 16th, the 19 of Rick Reinert. 17th position goes to the 23 of Bobby Summers, while Douglas Wasaki finds himself in 18th. 19th position in the 6 machine, Eric Blount, and in 20th, the 14 of Corey Walters. 21st position, driver of the 57 machine, Damon the Unicorn Cox. He is no longer mud to me, that's right, Unicorn coming home in 21st, 3 laps down here today. 22nd position, the 76 of Chuck Mobley. Michael Massengill finding himself in 23rd. 24th position goes to that 9 machine of Travis Smith out of Mason-Dixon Motorsports. 25th position, the 22 of Cody Terry, your pole sitter for today's race, not having the best of finish. Caught up in a late race incident after he spun down on the apron coming off of pit road, collecting driver of the 44, finishing in 26th, Adam Novak. Tough break for Adam getting involved in that. 27th position goes to the 51 of Dylan Blankenship. 28th, the 43 of Craig Lerman. 29th, the 31 of Donald Bennett. 30th goes to the 47 of Ray Radford. 31st, the 98 of Thomas Light. 32nd, the 8 of Kendall Levron. And 33rd, the 99 of Justin Rigsby. After flipping down the backstretch in his Victoria's Secrets K&N Chevy Impala, the 13 of Vic Wagner comes home in 34th. 35th position, the 08 of David Smith Jr. And in 36th, the 5 of Brandon Hartwell. That is the finishing order for tonight's race. So, man, I mean, yeah, that's it. Nothing left to do here from the booth. Want to thank all the fans, all the drivers, friends, and family for coming out, joining us, watching us, racing with us each and every Sunday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Look for all the great action from the RFC NextGen K&N Series. We're going to take a 2-week break for Christmas and holiday fun. We'll get back on track when we hit Daytona International Speedway, and that, my friends, is going to be an absolute barn burner. When we head down to Daytona on January 5th, we will be looking for you. Join us here on Turn 3 Racing Network for all the great racing action between now and then. Yeah, for myself in the booth, David Worrell, and everybody else behind the scenes at Turn 3 Racing Network, thanks for joining us. We'll see you again. Well, here. Well, not here at Texas, but, I mean, maybe at Texas. We'll see what happens. Anyways, join us later. Once again, thank you for joining us all the time. I am lost for words and fumbling right now, so we're just going to cut this short and let it go.